Tinnitus Metal Radio, the heaviest show in town.
Okay, we're here at Alcatraz. We're here with two of the guys from Metal Church. Can you please introduce yourself?
How you doing? I'm Jeff Plate, drummer in Metal Church.
Hello, this is Mike Howe, vocalist for Metal Church.
The reactions to the new album 11 have been very good. What are your favorite songs from the album? Surprised by some of the reactions? Did you guys realize that the fans were really waiting for the album to come out?
Well, we knew the fans were. We knew that the fans were very anxious to hear Mike again. You know, when the idea of him coming back into the band came about, the fan reaction was tremendous. So we were talking earlier about the difference between the 90s and now. We were able to take our time and make the right record. My personal favorites, I mean, God, the first 4 or 5, they're all great. I think the first 5 songs on the record just kick ass. Actually, the first 6 songs.
The first 11 songs, I think, actually.
The first 11 songs. And then actually the second 10 songs or whatever. We recorded a lot of songs for this record. You know what? But it was interesting when the record came out how many different favorite songs there were for all of the fans. You know, Fan the Fire was somebody's favorite. Blow Your Mind was somebody's favorite. Reset was somebody's favorite. And on down the list. So we knew that we did something right, you know, and taking our time to do the record was the big key in all of it. So we all had input, which was nice with Kurt too. Kurt writes the music, but he is very open-minded, and he trusts us and our feelings and our thoughts, and you know he's more than willing to listen and maybe rethink some things. So as a band, this was a really great band effort making this record.
Was the recording process in any way different than with the previous albums?
For me, it was completely different. Yeah, I mean, because from my era, it was big record companies, big studios. You know, you get in huge debts with hundreds of thousands of dollars in budgets that you put your heart and soul into, and then you realize you're never gonna dig your way out of this hole. You know, and it becomes a depressing thing, and that's what I left the band originally for, because of all these outside pressures and this, feeling buried under debt, So coming back and realizing this was part of conversations I had with Kurt and him convincing me to come back was, he has a studio in his house. We're digital. We can do things over the internet to write songs and listen. And we don't have to go in and pay for a huge studio because he's got his own studio, and we make the record ourselves, and then we present it to the record company, and they just put it out there and then promote it for us. So it's a completely different animal now in a great way. But, there's also downside to that.
Perhaps a bit early to ask, but are you already working on new material?
We're not working on it. We've talked about it. We're definitely going to do another record.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're going to start writing here in the fall. Well, Jeff goes out because he's a very famous drummer in a thing called the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. I don't know if you realize that, but he's very famous. He's more famous than Mike Howe. So he when he does that in the fall, we're going to start the writing process again.
Yeah. But it's good because Kurt is inspired. Kurt was inspired when Mike and he began talking about doing this. And Kurt is an interesting animal because he will be inspired and he'll be, okay, I'm going to write a new record. I'll get like 3 songs a day sent to me, and it's all good stuff. So now Kurt's head is completely in the right place, and he's going to make sure that we top 11 with the next recording. It's going to be very good.
Can you tell us a bit more about the concept and the shooting of the No Tomorrow clip? I was kind of intrigued with the location.
Well, This comes into the realm for me of the karmic, the karma thing for Metal Church. You know, we're back. Good things are happening. We're like, okay, let's do a video, and we fell upon this guy in Seattle, and we found, you know, there's this nuclear facility by Kurt's house that rents it out. We went there, we shot it. You know, it was just like, okay, let's do it. You know, and he brought drones, and it came together, and it just was another one of those. That was great, awesome. We're on a roll. Things are aligned. Metal stars are aligned for Metal Church, and it's still today, still rolling for us, and because we feel like as long as we keep on putting out positive energy and having a positive, you know, thought, you know, a train of thought, that good things will come your way, right?
Will you guys get the chance to watch some other bands today, or are you leaving immediately to the States?
Well, that's an option for the boys, you know. I mean, like how personally, you know, I like to talk about myself in third person. Yeah, so when Mike Howe is here, Mike Howe likes to. So Mike Howe doesn't drink or party in that when he's on tour, but when the tour ends, I like to have a few cocktails and enjoy myself. So Mike Howe is not going to go back to the hotel and get in bed and sleep and be a happy guy sleeping. Mike Howe's going to be a happy guy having fun and seeing some bands and lose a little sleep, right, on the last day here. I can't speak for Jack.
Well, we do have a very early bus call, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll try to watch some bands. I really Joel Holkstra is one of my associates I've worked with in TSO. I've known him for a lot of years. He's here later with Whitesnake, but I think we're going to miss him, unfortunately. But there's always good acts. You know, that's another thing with these festivals over here. You show up and, wow, there's bands that I haven't seen in years that are all playing together on the same stage, and it's really great. The Wacken Festival is a heavy metal festival, but there is some rock and roll, and there's some other things along with it. And Alcatraz is a little more varied too. So,
excellent. Thank you so much for your time.